Nicole Whitney, News for the Soul, life-changing talk radio from the uplifting to the unexplained. And this might be sounding a little funny because we got some pretty funny things going on this week.
Tell me what's been happening up at the ranch.
We're on location for the first time with James Gilliland from ECETI. That's an acronym for Enlightened Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence. He's been having daily occurrences of UFOs flying over his Trout Lake, Washington ranch. We decided to come up here live and in person and check it out for ourselves. So James and I are actually standing right here on the viewing platform at the ECETI ranch right now, live, looking upward for UFOs. And we've had all kinds of interesting things going on in the last 15 minutes. Point out that we're not alone here. We have a nice group of listeners and UFO watchers. Everybody say hi to everybody around the world listening now. Yeah, see, they're there.
One of the questions I asked the Palladians, I said, if you could sum it up in one sentence, I said, why are you here? And they said, to help us release the past, because the past is creating our future and all of our baggage we're carrying with us. So they can help us energetically and spiritually in a lot of different ways to release the past and let go of the old wounds and traumas and the old program and, inspire us to move to a higher level of consciousness, you might say, and start basically being kind to each other and being kind to the planet that we live on and turning things around. I felt a little bit earlier when we were talking, there was some energy coming in when we were talking to the group. What you feel is the pressure, on your, right above on your forehead. You feel pressure there, and then on your crown, you'll feel some energy come in, and I feel tingling all down my left side. And that's when I know.
You're not having a stroke or something?
No, because the ships appear right afterwards.
Jordan said at first there was like this light in the sky, and then it got very bright, and it was very short. It was almost like somebody was sewing, and it like popped in, went over a little bit, and then popped out, but it got very bright.
This is a perfect time to catch everybody up on what happened with us, seeing as it kind of happened at the last couple of minutes of the show.
Yeah, I think we picked up right where we left off because we have some activity here right now.
Ooh, what's happening right now?
We have a low one right over the treetops.
We didn't actually see the object. We could hear something, but it wasn't until the next day when one of our party had pictures developed that she had taken from around our group, and what it showed was that there were these bell-shaped objects that were all around our group. One in particular, one that was probably the size of a very large pumpkin that was probably 3 to 4 feet right above my head.
The colors were incredible, and it was just brilliant. It came right in, right over the group. Started off on a very spiritual journey after a near-death experience. That's what blew me wide open. And on the spiritual journey I was on, about halfway through it seems like, I started bumping into these extremely advanced, very spiritually and technologically advanced ETs. The coyotes went crazy here when this first one, you can hear them right there. They go off when the ships come in, the coyotes go nuts, and they all start screaming. I don't know if you can hear them.
I heard something. Yeah, that's coyotes?
And that's it. That's the coyotes. They're going off.
Wow, I can hear that.
Can you hear them?
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
We feel them.
Just incredible.
What they usually do is they come over the group first and they scan the group and see where the group is at in consciousness, and then they decide, they actually scan the whole area to see, what kind of energies are afoot and people are afoot in the area, and then they decide how low they're going to come.
It was interesting to note that when you said that was happening, I actually sent something to look at you, and the phone had actually fuzzed out and beeped right at the same time, so that was kind of interesting. So we've been scanned. That's what's happened so far. What are the chances, James, of actually seeing something in this hour, do you think?
What? Oh, somebody's got something.
What's happening?
Can you see what?
Okay, we've got flashes.
What?
They're coming in. Okay, right over where?
Flashing going on. They've got some major flashes, I think, on the mountain and then over a tree. Some things starting to happen.
Okay, so we've got action just at the end of the show. Now they're going to have to wait at least 2 days to find out what happened. But we're going to stay here and we're going to stay on top of this.
Hear all of our previously aired broadcasts of News for the Soul online at newsforthesoul.com. Now let's get back to the show.